On a roll in this third set, 6-2.
Oh, we have some sort of a problem. The interesting part is they tried to touch the server to get the server to stop serving it. Luckily, the official saw what was happening and blew his whistle for a timeout. Not charged to either team.
Point West Branch.
Again, before the match, coaches talked about how good ball control was and how good their defense was. And right now, it looks to me it's coming down to tough serving.
Boy, dunked over by Lukuski again, but West Liberty was there to react. This one's dunked back over by the Comets.
Well, that was a good play by Russell. She saw that Lukuski was not getting in. She was too early to hit that set, so she just kind of tipped it over. And Doffelt said, no way, I'm not letting that ball come back on my side.
Quick set in the middle. Just rolled off the defenders. And the free ball over. Here's Delina Crone. Then it comes up to the front of the net for Lukuski. And Lukuski's right there at the net to hammer it back on the floor. And West Branch.
Right now, Lukuski is controlling that net. And as a middle blocker, that's what you want to do. She's not letting anything cross.
Madison Russell to serve. Is Dahlfeld. Nine 3. And a timeout for the Comets.
Well, right now, West Liberty is having a little bit of a struggle with their ball control. And because of that, they're having to use their outlet, their back row attack, which isn't what any coach wants to have as their first option. However, it's more aggressive than just sending a free ball over.
West Liberty at 24-1, West Branch at 20-3. Coming up for West Branch, they have to play at Tipton later this week, and then the Cedar Rapids tourney, while the Comets, Durant Bennett, and then a Jefferson tournament, which involves Washington.
It involves a ton of schools. It's like, it's all over the city of Cedar Rapids. All the high schools let them use their gyms. It's a huge tournament.
Morales comes around to the backside, and a point for the Comets.
Nice slide by Morales. We saw her doing that a little bit in warm-ups, and once she gains a little confidence, she's going to be awesome at that.
Bridenstine. Pass coming out to Simpson. Kailberg with the kill. Otter Bridenstine with the junior. 13 trails by 4. Very close to the sideline. West Liberty will give it a shot nonetheless. Near the net, she tries to dump it over, and it's blocked by Allison Simpson.
That was a great play by Simpson. West Branch had not gone up with the setter. When the setter's in the front row, you need to be aware of it, and as a blocker, if she goes up, you need to jump with her. They hadn't been doing that before that play.
This one dances around the basketball hoop up in the rafters.
A little bit of pinball.
And the free ball over by Molly Kelly. Set it off onto the right side. And the dig out of there by Dahlfeld. They'll go Morales. Over the front row block. West Branch goes scrambling, and a point West Liberty.
Well, and that's great hustle. You can see how much West Branch wants this. Every single player on the court went after that ball. And that's what you need to do. You need to follow the ball, because if for some reason that player gets a touch and only gets it back 6 feet, then you have someone there with her.
Well, the overpass goes to West Liberty. And they'll come over with Kilberg. And down. And the Comets trying to battle back here on KCRG 9.2 and KCRG.com. Ryan Schlater, Barb Randall, and a set apiece for these teams. West Liberty won the first one 25-23. West Branch took the second one 25-18, and they have an 11-7 lead in this third set.
Again, a nice little tip over the block just to keep the defense off balance. As a hitter, you should have all those different speeds and shots and all that in your arsenal.
Simpson, 96% serve efficiency. And down, right off the block. And West Branch unable to keep it in play. Point Comets on to serve. Madeline Simon. It is out. Pola going for that sideline. And the Comets were positioned to let her go. Simpson goes to the opposite side for Murray. Too long on the attempt by Haley Dawfeld. Her swing was too hot. And the junior sends it out.
Yeah, well, the timing looked good. The timing was right there. It just looked like she was maybe facing a little too far out of bounds and couldn't get the ball to come down inside the boundaries.
Nice dig at the back row by Madeline Simon. Kilberg gets blocked to the front row. And West Branch, good defense defending the net.
Great touches by West Liberty, and it shows, their whole team went for that too. So it's not that they don't want it any less than the Bears.
Josh Lukuski, the head coach of West Branch, clapping approval for his squad. And he continues to do so there. Again, West Liberty just a little bit out of sync right now. Cassidy Simon goes to Dawfeld. She sends it cross court, and it's a touch.
Yep.
So the Comets do get the point.
The line judge called a touch on that ball, and from our perspective, to me, it looked like it could have gone either way.
Simpson goes to Russell. Bridenstine. And the push over the net by Pola. West Liberty again. Over the outstretched arms, and the kill for Haley Dawfeld, the middle hitter junior. Point West Liberty.
Well, West Branch is playing a player-up defense. We talked about that a little bit, but what that means is the setter goes right behind the block. So as a blocker, you are not supposed to reach back for a tip. The setter is supposed to get that ball. But it's not always that easy.
Audra Bridenstine for the Comets. Now head coach Josh Lukuski takes the timeout. Now as West Liberty has battled back a little bit. Well, join us next Monday for On Iowa Live. You can catch the show live on KCRG 9.2, or you can come down to Vito's on 42nd Street. If you want to hear about all the things Hawkeye, this is the show for you. Monday at 6:30 here on KCRG 9.2. Ryan Schlater, Barb Randall, and we haven't seen many timeouts at all for West Branch. Is this the first one they've taken tonight?
I think
there's been very few.
I think in the first set there was at least one. I think that's one of the advantages you get when you have a lot of your team coming back from the previous year. they kind of get each other, and they know what to do out on the floor.
Too long in the attempt. Kylie Becker goes to the outside. But they're going to give it to West Liberty. Apparently a touch there. 14-13. West Liberty within a point. Cassidy Simon into the net. They got out there by Russell, and here we go again. Extra hit, and the West Branch Bears with Abby Canute. 16-13. Down the middle of the floor. Dumped over on two, played up by Simpson. Russell's attempt, dug up by Kelly. Dahlfeld, rejected by Bailey Lukuski of the Bears.
And the blocking is kind of a feast or famine skill, but it doesn't seem to be for Lukuski tonight. She is just blocking everything.
Audra Breitenstein and seemed to survey the defense a little bit before she sent it over the net.
Well, and that was smart. She can see how far back they are, give a nice little roll shot over the block, and get the ball to hit the wood.
Here's Kopit, and the hitting error leads to a Comet point.
Just looked like a little miscommunication by the Bears on that one. Doesn't look like they're very happy about it.
Simpson to Russell. Madeline Simon has to chase it down. But West Branch another opportunity. Pounded down the line, dug up by Summer Kopit. Duel with the net there. Bridenstine over on three. They'll do Madison Russell again. And it'll be a Comet point.
That time the ball did not touch the block. You know, West Branch tried something on transition there that we haven't seen a whole lot of. They did an X where the middle actually went around behind the setter and the right side came around in front of the setter. And doing things like that is going to confuse the defense a little bit. So, nice idea.
Block set up, and it is Audra Bridenstine that gets the block there. And oh, they gave it to the Bears. Thought they were.
Must have been out of bounds. Can't really tell from that replay, but it must have been out of bounds.
Coming over for it is Pola to keep it in play. It's in! Now there's an example. I thought that was blocked out of bounds. But as we said, we're on the far side of that particular play.
And the lines are very hard to see. They're very light tan color.
Oh, here's a good angle.
That's a great angle. It
Yep,
is
right
in.
there. Yep. Pounded there, Pola. Nice dig out.
Up.
At the net, the back set by Lineskis.
Yeah.
And the Comets are into the net.
So what I was kind of making noises about, the setter for West Branch's back row. And she went up there to kind of set the ball and sent the ball over, and that's illegal. However, if she wasn't above the height of the net, then she can do that.
Comets will get it back. Bridenstine, the junior. Another intense volleyball matchup for you here on KCRG 9.2. Again, nobody giving an inch. It is down, point for the Bears.
It's kind of hard to tell from that angle, but the line judge is lined up right with that line, so he's got a good angle on it.
Cassidy Simon. On the block for West Branch. Neda Canute, as well as Allison Simpson. Bailey Lukuski, coach's daughter, with the jump serve. And the pass goes into the crowd of the West Liberty fans, and it's 22-18.
Well, I think it's kind of fair to say that Lukovsky, even though she's the coach's daughter, she's kind of spark plug. Not saying that coaches' daughters can't be spark plugs, but she gets this team going.
Time out for the comments, and you're right, she's had a lot of good plays at the net.
And then gets fired up about it.
Yeah, exactly. A very fierce serve there led to another West Branch Bear point. And West Branch is a team very efficient from the serve at 92.4%. West Liberty leading the River Valley South Conference, 93.8. At least I think it's still the River Valley South, the way that they've jumped around the River Conference, the Cedar Valley.
Well, when I did my
Eastern Iowa
research,
Hawkeye.
yeah, it said River Valley, so I think you're probably right.
Hey, I grew up in the old Corn Bowl. We rarely changed.
Well, you usually are right about that kind of stuff.
The conferences, yeah, you got to get out the books for some of those things. That's down. Ace serve for the Bears and 2 away from taking the third set. Now you talked about West Liberty and Ruben Gavan changing things up a little bit. He's going to bring in Ellie Becker again. She'll play in the back row.
It's kind of like icing the kicker.
Bukowski. And both Becker as well as Haley Dodfeld couldn't get to the volleyball in time. And West Branch serving for the third set. Could we have another ace serve for Bailey Lukuski? Open for Becker. So, as you said, like icing the... They'll come out for Simpson. Blocked but out of bounds. That's a point for West Branch. They've won the last 2 sets, and they'll take a 2-1 lead.
Well, and here's a look at that. She goes up, swings hard, high off the hands, keeps it on her side of the net so nobody can play it. Set point.
25-23, 25-18, 25-18. 2-1. It is West Branch leading the West Liberty. More action coming your way on KCRG 9.2. Brian Schlater and Barb Randall, we return to West Branch, West Liberty. I was about to say they've returned to the court first, but West Branch is right behind them, so coaches I don't think had too much to say. Well, how do you see this fourth set?
Well, I certainly wouldn't count anybody out at this point. This is a great rivalry. The atmosphere is awesome. If I'm West Liberty, I'm talking about ball control and talking about the creative offense that Coach Galvan talked to us about pregame. He said, in order for us to win, we need to get creative, and in order for them to get creative, they need to have good ball control. So watch for their ball control to kind of come out and pick it up a little bit. For West Branch, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. They've been just basically pushing the gas pedal all the way down and not letting up.
Both the teams still fired up. Again, this is another example of why rally scoring is so positive for this sport, because we'd still probably be in the first set, I think, if
Isn't that the truth? We used to have some long matches.
Oh, no doubt. Pola with the kill. Point West Branch. And then hung up in the rafters for a while.
Well, that was a nice try. Molly Kelly for West Liberty, the libero, tried to play that ball after it went up. She tried to jump up into the fans to play that ball, but the ref had called it out. But that was a great attempt.
Dahlfeld blocked at the net. Then coming over to help out, digging it out, Molly Kelly. There's a block of the net as Audra Bridenstine attempted it. It was set up by Murray and Crone. Let's see what the line judge says.
Yeah, the line judge knows what she's trying to say. She just signaled it wrong. But the ball was out. The line judge called it out. She called a touch. It did go off the blocker's hands, but she meant that versus someone touching it before it went out of bounds. She's got it right. She's just trying to get it.
Exactly. It goes back to the noise and the communication.
Yeah.
And as long as they get it right.
Yep. And she didn't have any question about it.
Plus, it was right in front of Ruben Gavan, so
Yeah.
so he wasn't raising a fuss because
He could hear her.
yes. To the near side, Bridenstine.
Well, and that time they got the set out a little bit quicker, and Bridenstine was able to beat the block to the ball and hit the ball between the blocker's hands, which is key.
Tusky with the pass. Set it out the left side. Madison Russell. Point for West Liberty. Out of bounds. Kopit. Nice serve. Near the 3-meter line and into the net for Pola's attempt. Good strong start for West Liberty. The back set. Canoe pulls it off the block and it's put away.
That time the blocker's hands were straight up, if not a little bit behind her head. And so if the ball hits them, we'll watch it here. If the ball hits them, it's gonna stay on her side. See how when the ball hit them, her hands were up above her head rather than pushed over the net.
Too many hits there, some miscommunication. Madeline Simon to come out. We'll have the freshman Morales check in. Ellie Dahlfeld. Good placement for West Branch and Madison Russell. They've used the term campfire before, where the ball and everybody scattered toward the volleyball.
And on that play, they got a couple contacts on it, got it up a few more inches each time, but just couldn't get it the third contact to send it over.
Ace serve Bears. Each team, excellent defense this rally. Joust at the net. It'll be a point for the Comets.
Again, the setter wins that. Cassidy Simon went up strong. She contacted the ball last, and she pushed it over onto the West Branch side. Those sneaky setters, that's what I say. As a former middle blocker.
Yeah, I was going to add the disclaimer there, please.
Yeah. I've been beaten on a few of those myself.
Good sight by Kayla Kailberg.
Well, Kailberg did a great job that time. She hit the ball to the middle of the court, and in the player-up defense, the setter's pushed up behind the block, and the other two people are split in the court, so the middle back is wide open. It's hard to get a hard-driven ball when you're diving for it, unless it's right in front of you.
Morales in the middle. Point West Liberty.
There was a huge net on that play. Morales was in the net big time, but no official saw it. However, West Branch's coach saw it, but if the official doesn't see it, it doesn't get called. Lucky break there for the Comets.
Bridenstine, cross court. Quick set. Point for the Bears. Madison Russell, the senior, gonna play some ball in the St. Louis area. Dumped over on 2. West Branch was prepared for it. Lukuski tried to find a spot, but come out for Kailberg. And the free ball over. Simon, Kailberg. West Branch's opportunity. They'll go with Simpson down the line, and it's out. Point for the Comets. Cope it out. The junior, Kaylee Becker, comes in. She's going to play the front row. Served by Cassidy Simon. The twin to Madeline Simon. And a good dig by Cassidy Simon. Goffel cannot get the point. Nor can Simpson. Pola. Simon hits the net. Trickles off the tape.
One of the things with the backcourt attacks that we've seen tonight on both sides, the sets are pretty deep. And the deeper they are, the harder they are to hit. If you can set them, a little bit inside the 10-foot line, like at 8-foot line, you're moving forward, a lot easier to hit.
Back set for Pola. And once again, the Rafters plays its tricks on the West Liberty Comets.
And that has to be frustrating. Because, you're running your play, you're looking for the ball to come down in the setter's hands, and then it doesn't even show up in the front row. So it's difficult.
Haley Pola, great job there. The set came to her in the middle, and she just dinks it over. 9-7 in this fourth set. West Branch came from behind.
Well, it's kind of funny because I poked Ryan because I did not see a net. And Coach Galvan looked at us and he said, "We'll take it." He didn't see a net either. So sometimes you just have to play the breaks.
Oh, the miss hit there, and the point for the Comets. A lot of close calls and a lot of them that could go either way. 11-7. The 4-point lead, West Liberty. Trying to maintain control. Here's Kailberg. A serve!
Those are great serves. They're kind of in between short serves and long serves, but